In the early 1900s, coffee was a daily ritual across Europe, but it came with a big problem. People boiled ground coffee beans directly in water or used percolators. The result? A muddy brew full of bitter grounds that floated in your cup or stuck between your teeth. You had to wait for the grounds to settle, or strain it clumsily with cloth bags that were hard to clean. Enter Amelie Auguste Melitta Bentz, born on January 31, 1873, in Dresden, Germany. She grew up in a family of entrepreneurs. Her father was a bookseller and publisher. Melitta married Hugo Bentz, a small business owner, and became a devoted housewife and mother to two sons, Willy and Horst, and a daughter, Herta. Like millions of others, she started her mornings with coffee, but every sip left her frustrated. The bitter taste and gritty texture ruined what should have been a delightful moment. In 1908, at age 35, Melitta decided enough was enough. She wasn't a scientist or engineer, just a determined mother who believed there had to be a better way. Little did she know, her kitchen experiment would spark a coffee revolution. Melitta rolled up her sleeves and got creative in her modest Dresden kitchen. She wanted coffee that was clear, smooth, and full of flavor without the mess. She experimented with different materials to filter the grounds. Nothing worked perfectly at first. Then inspiration struck from an everyday item. Her son's school notebook. She grabbed a sheet of blotting paper, the absorbent kind used to dry ink. She took a brass pot, hammered a few holes in the bottom with a nail, lined it with the blotting paper, added coffee grounds on top, and poured hot water over it. The result was magical. Clear, aromatic coffee flowed through into the cup below, leaving the bitter grounds trapped in the paper. No more sludge, no more bitterness, just pure, delicious coffee. Melitta had accidentally invented the modern paper coffee filter. It was simple, cheap, and effective. She refined the design into a round filter with a domed bottom and specific holes for perfect flow. This wasn't just a fix for her own mornings, it solved a problem that coffee lovers everywhere had tolerated for centuries. Excited by her success, Melitta didn't keep the idea to herself. She saw its potential to help other housewives and coffee enthusiasts. In June 1908, she applied for a patent. On June 20th, the Imperial Patent Office in Berlin granted her protection for the coffee filter with a domed underside, recessed bottom, and inclined flow holes. Her official patent number soon followed. With her husband Hugo's support, she turned their home into a mini factory. The whole family pitched in. Melitta, Hugo, and their sons. They started producing filters and selling them at local markets and fairs. Word spread quickly. People loved how easy and clean it made brewing coffee. No more complicated percolators or messy cloths. Just insert the filter, add grounds, pour water, and enjoy. By 1909, the little family business was growing. They hired their first employees and officially founded the Melitta Company. Melitta Bentz proved that big ideas can come from the most ordinary places, like a mother's kitchen. The business boomed in the years before World War I. Melitta's filters made coffee more accessible and enjoyable for everyone, from busy housewives to busy professionals. The company expanded, introducing new sizes and improving the paper quality. Life wasn't always easy. World War I brought economic hardships, and later, World War II brought more struggles. But Melitta's entrepreneurial spirit and focus on quality kept the company alive. She emphasized innovation, customer satisfaction, and even worker welfare, offering benefits that were progressive for the time. After the wars, the company rebuilt stronger than ever. Melitta passed away in 1950 at age 77, but her legacy lived on. The Melitta brand continued to grow into a global giant, selling filters, coffee, makers, and more. Today, it's a household name in over 100 countries, with millions using her invention every single day. Melitta Bentz didn't just invent a filter, she changed coffee culture worldwide. Her simple paper filter paved the way for drip coffee makers, pour-over methods, and the modern cafe experience we all love. What started as frustration in one German kitchen now brings joy to billions of morning routines. Her story is a powerful reminder that you don't need fancy degrees or huge resources to make a difference. With curiosity, persistence, and a willingness to experiment, anyone can solve everyday problems and create something extraordinary. Next time you brew a smooth, grounds-free cup of coffee, think of Melitta Bentz, the German housewife, who turned a small annoyance into a worldwide revolution. She showed us that the best inventions often come from the heart of daily life. What a legacy! One woman, one idea, and coffee was never the same again. If this story inspired you, like, subscribe, and share your own kitchen invention stories in the comments below. Who knows, your next cup of coffee might just spark the next big idea. By 1909, Melitta and Hugo were ready to show the world their invention. They took their filters to the famous Leipzig Trade Fair, one of Europe's biggest marketplaces. Skeptical buyers watched as Melitta demonstrated her simple system. The response was electric. They sold over 1,200 filters in just a few days. Orders poured in from across Germany. The family business, officially registered as M. Bentz, started small in their apartment with just 73 pfennigs of capital. Soon they hired their first outside workers and moved production to a proper workshop. Melitta focused on quality, better paper, improved shapes, and consistent results. Housewives across the country praised how easy cleanup became and how much better the coffee tasted. Her invention was no longer just a clever fix, it was becoming a must-have kitchen essential. World War I hit hard. Raw materials became scarce, and the economy struggled, but Melitta's determination kept the company alive. After the war, the business expanded rapidly in the 1920s. They introduced new filter sizes and refined the paper for even better brewing. Then came the darker days of the 1930s and World War II. The company faced immense pressure. Production of filters sometimes stopped so the factory could make supplies for the war effort. Like many German businesses, it navigated difficult political realities. Yet, through it all, Melitta insisted on caring for her employees, introducing progressive benefits like longer vacations, a 5-day work week, and Christmas bonuses long before they were common. In 1932, Melitta and Hugo stepped back from daily operations, handing leadership to their sons Willy and Horst. Melitta stayed involved, always championing worker welfare, and founding Melitta Aid, a social fund that still supports employees today. After 1945, Germany lay in ruins, but the Bentz family refused to give up. The company rebuilt from the ground up in Minden, West Germany. Melitta's sons modernized production and expanded the product line. By the time Melitta passed away on June 29, 1950, at age 77, the company was valued at 4.7 million Deutsche Marks, a huge success for a business born in a kitchen. Her husband Hugo had died 4 years earlier. Together they had created something lasting. The next generation's Melitta's grandsons and beyond took the helm. They kept the family spirit alive while pushing the company into new territories. Coffee machines, roasted coffee, and even non-coffee products for home and hygiene. Today, the Melitta Group is a true international powerhouse. It operates in dozens of countries, employs thousands of people, and generates billions in revenue annually. You'll find Melitta filters in supermarkets from Europe to America to Asia. The original cone-shaped design Melitta perfected still dominates. Pour-over brewing, loved by coffee enthusiasts and casual drinkers alike. The company embraced sustainability, developing oxygen-bleached, chlorine-free paper and focusing on eco-friendly practices. They innovated with automatic drip machines, premium coffees, and even tea filters. What began as one housewife's frustration now powers entire cafe cultures and morning routines for millions. Third-wave coffee shops and home baristas owe a huge debt to that simple blotting paper experiment. Melitta Bentz never sought fame, yet her story resonates powerfully today. She proved that creativity has no gender or class limits. A mother with no formal engineering training changed a daily habit enjoyed by billions. Her portrait hangs in many Melitta offices, and every employee learns her name. Her life teaches us several timeless lessons. Solve real problems, even small annoyances can hide massive opportunities. Start small, but dream big, from 73 pfennigs to a multi-billion euro empire. Value. People. Melitta's employee-first approach helped the company thrive for generations, adapt and endure through wars, economic crises, and changing times. Next time you reach for a coffee filter or enjoy a clean, flavorful cup, remember the German housewife who refused to accept bitter grounds in her mornings. Melitta Bentz didn't just improve coffee, she showed the world that ordinary people can create extraordinary change. Ord count 912.